Hi everybody, this is John and welcome to the free video. And for today, of course, we've got more earnings. So Amazon's come out and the expected move on Amazon was about $30. We closed at 390. You can see we went right up to the expected move at 420. It got whacked down to 371. Now we actually had some buy orders in at about $365 down to about $360, where we also bought puts as protection with the idea that if we got a flush, we'd get shares and then rally back up. Well, we just missed getting filled, so that was kind of a bummer, but that's okay. For our strategy, we sold put spreads at the money, and those look like will be fine. So at this point, Amazon looks like it's going to open right at the expected move. So we may actually have some potential, a potential run tomorrow on Amazon. What I look for on this is just, is it going to open up at new highs? And that can really actually cause, that's what happened to Netflix too, and that can actually cause a pretty big short run. So if we look at that in terms of an old high over here at 410, so that's the old all-time high. At this point, we're poised to open above that. And if you guys remember what happened with Netflix, when it opened above the old high, it just took off. So we've got a potential very interesting play for Amazon tomorrow. And that's kind of something where, I always say like, hey, if you're working full-time, and there's a time where you would want to take some time off to trade, it would be around earnings like a Netflix or Amazon or something like that, because one trade like this can make your whole month, and that's what's so exciting about it. And then in terms of the short term, right now we do have a 195-minute squeeze on the spiders. We actually haven't had one of these on the spiders. I think this is the first up one we've had all year. And you're looking again at generally a couple days of strength here. Remember, this is essentially represents a half day. So if it was a daily, it would be looking at 8 to 10 days. So on this one, we're looking at 4 to 5 days. So Friday, Monday, that kind of a thing. So I like this for a short-term pop, but I definitely would be feeding the ducks on this trade, meaning taking profits, not looking for a big runner. Okay, and I had a couple of questions on this, and one of the questions that came up, first of all, was the actual time of this. I think I messed it up yesterday when I was doing it. So 1 to 3 Pacific time, which of course is 3 to 5 Central time. So it is 3 o'clock Central time tomorrow, Friday, which is great. It's just right after the market closes. And, again, the idea with this just kind of came up and said, all right, John, what are you doing here? And this is just something where, at first I'd heard about these guys because they lived in Austin. Then, at our last Las Vegas event, 2 of the people in the audience, this is how they made their living. They actually got this course, did what the course told them to do, and then they were able to sit there and kind of make, one guy was like a couple $1,000s a month, and another guy was, I think, like $10,000 a month or $12,000 a month doing this. Exactly how it's laid out. So what I like about this is that it is a legitimate business opportunity. 2, I know the guys, and if you guys have any problems with this, you let me know, because I know where they live. I mean, I promise you, I will go deal with that, because I don't share something like this lightly. And then the other thing to think about this too is that at the end of this there'll be a class. They want to, like a course and some materials and stuff like that. But, even if you aren't interested in that, the guy who's going to be doing this, his name is Jason. And he actually, I've seen his presentation. He actually gives you enough stuff during the class, like specific things to do, that you can actually sit there and take notes and then just go do it if you want to. Okay, so this is a ton of information about this really cool thing that they're doing. And it's just essentially, it's as simple, it's hard to explain, but it's as simple as going, selling stuff on Amazon, and it's just not as hard as you think it would be. So like I said, I'm actually looking at setting one up for my son James. He's 9. And the idea that he's interested in Minecraft toys. And the idea is like, all right, let's create a few toys, work with manufacturers, they give you the contacts to do that, and start doing things, tools, how people search for stuff. And he could actually have he starts it now. By the time he's in high school, he could actually have a pretty decent business going and, really teach him a lot of stuff. And then the other thing that they do I thought was interesting is that if you do all this stuff and actually put in all the legwork, and it actually doesn't work for you, they'll actually buy, it's like they'll buy your business from you. And they've they actually set aside money in an account to do this. But anyway, again, I would never do this if it was something that I haven't tried or seen work or knew the guys. And I just, one of those things is like, hey, this is cool. If you guys had never heard about this, very cool opportunity just to see what they're doing. All right. Anyway, I hope that helps. simpleroptions.com/ASM. Otherwise, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you at the next update.